Oh no, I might just have to change my name to I'm a Brit.
Watch mighty warriors in the field. The wood is your sword and your faith the shield.
Hey Moto Warriors, have y'all ever believed something for most of your life that you just thought that's just the way it is, and then at some point y'all found out that it wasn't? Man, that's frustrating, and that's what happened to me, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about today right quick. For most of my life, I thought that I was Norwegian because of my dad's side, and the other half was Irish because of my mom's side. When I was younger, I remember hearing my dad several times say stuff like, "Yeah, renetter kommer av vikingkrigres," which is, I'm a descendant of Viking warriors. And I remember my grandfather died when I was really young, but I have a vague memory of him, and I can remember him saying something like that too. And I know that on my mom's side, my mom would sing little Irish ditties, and then she would say stuff like Erin go bra, which is Ireland forever. So I thought, yep, half Norwegian, half Irish. Some time ago, my wife and I jumped on the motorcycle, and we ended up making a 5,000-mile motorcycle trip to Utah. And while we were out there, we heard that the Mormon people are some of the world's best record keepers. We went to go check out this Ancestry thing or whatever, and started up an account with them, which was free, and started to do some research. My wife and I found out that on my mom's side of the family, that a bunch of the ancestors actually were British, and that in 1640, one line of my mom's, one side of that family, ended up coming to America before it was even the United States. Back in 1640, I think they were still called the British colonies. I'm pretty sure it wasn't just the new land or something. I'm pretty sure that they were called the British colonies, but it was before the United States. Another ancestral line on my mom's side, one of them went to Ireland, and he met some blue-eyed, red-haired, beautiful, creamy white-skinned girl named Amy, and they got married in Ireland. And then at some point they ended up coming to America way back in the past too. My mom's side of the family had been here, some of them for a very long time. My dad's family, like I said, they're all Norwegian. Norwegians married Norwegians until my dad broke ranks and married my mom. But either way, so I thought I was Norwegian and Irish, and I come to find out I'm actually half Norwegian, yes, but the other half is Irish and British as well. And that was like a real shocker for me, because I used to make fun of their laws and having a queen and a king and a royal family that doesn't even really do anything. They're more like a Christmas tree you have in your house at Christmas with lights on it, and then come spring you're wondering why it's not growing. Well, it's for show only. And it's the same with the royal family. I don't know if that's considered proper to make jokes about a royal family that doesn't really do anything, and if you're a Brit and you think I'm making fun, I'm not. Now I find out I'm British too. But anyway, so now that I find out that I'm part British, it draws into question now. It's like, okay, do I have to start understanding British humor? I know I used to watch Benny Hill, because Benny Hill was funny. Some of the stuff I didn't get. I'm sure that was more for British people than it was for the American audience. But a lot of the stuff we in America did understand, and it was pretty funny. Well, I have to start getting into playing tiddlywinks or pogs. Well, I need to start learning what high tea is, and elevenses, and proper tea, and will I need to drink Tetley or PG Tips? How much will I need to find out about tea? I'm not a big tea person. I do like herbal teas more than I do actual, regular tea. Finding out I was part British was kind of a shocker to me. And now I find out Mom's side actually had British. And I'm like, oh no, what am I gonna do? I feel like I need to repent. I'm just kidding, y'all. It was just kind of a shocker to find that out. But then later, after we got back from our trip, my mother-in-law paid to have us all take these DNA tests, spit in a cup and all that. And as somebody who's extracted a bunch of DNA from microorganisms and have run a lot of gel electrophoresis plates and compared the banding and microorganisms and stuff, I understand how there can be flaws in the testing and different things like that. I won't go into all that. But when it comes to human DNA and how they're doing their sampling and how they're saying, this is your ancestry, I'm not a real supporter of those kind of tests. I wouldn't have bought them and used them on my own simply because I don't think they're that accurate. And of course, when I did it because it was paid for and I didn't want to insult my mother-in-law because she's a really nice lady. I like my mother-in-law. I hear people gripe about theirs, and my mother-in-law's a peach, man. She's really a nice lady. It's not something I would have done on my own. When the results came back at first, it was telling me, yes, you're roughly half Norwegian and you're Irish and you're British, but then it also said that I was also some French and Spanish and, a couple other little smidgets here and there. And I thought, I'm less French than I am Spanish, and that would make sense because I can understand parlez-vous français and mais oui from when I lived down in southern Louisiana, but that's about the extent of it. But yo puedo hablar más español. I'm able to speak more Spanish. So maybe that's because I have more Spaniard in me. There's a thought. No, I'm joking around, obviously. I know that based on actual records that I'm half Norwegian and I'm Irish and I'm British. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you, that it was kind of an eye-opener, kind of a real shocker, and it made me start to wonder, do I now have to learn how to understand and appreciate British humor? Because to an American, sometimes it's kind of weird. Like you'll be watching a British show and there'll be 4 or 5 men, just, normal guys, just sitting around chatting in a room, and one of them will walk off and then in a few minutes come back and be wearing a dress. And the other guys that stayed in the room, they'll look at each other and look at the guy like, oh, that's a bit odd, don't you say? And they'll have that canned laugh where everybody's laughing. And I don't get it. Why is that funny to a British person? I just don't understand that. They do the same thing in America. There's stuff that you don't necessarily think is funny, but they'll try to cue you. And by having that canned laugh, like, in case you're too stupid to understand good humor, here's a trigger to help you know you are cued to laugh, and if you laugh, you're good to go, because like us, you'll think it's funny. Well, I'm sorry, man. If I don't think it's funny, to me, it's not funny. And if you cue me to try and tell me to laugh just because you think it's funny, I'm probably not gonna laugh. I don't know if y'all are like that too or not. If you're the type of person that if you're watching something and they'll have that canned laugh, if you start to laugh because you're told to laugh, if you're like that, well, that's fine. I'm not judging you. But just because I'm told to laugh, if I don't think it's funny, I'm not gonna laugh. There's stuff that I laugh at that they didn't cue me to laugh at because they didn't think it was supposed to be funny. I thought it was flipping hilarious. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is. And if you're an intelligent adult and you think something's funny and they don't cue you to laugh at it. That's fine. And if they're trying to tell you to laugh, whether it's British humor or American humor, if you don't think it's funny, don't laugh, because otherwise you're just playing into it. And if you're at a theater especially, and they hear you laughing, then they're going to think, oh, brilliant, this is wonderful, we need to keep this up because people laugh. Well, no, they're only laughing because you're telling them to laugh and they're trying to be polite or something. If you're British and you're watching this, hey man, give me a thumbs up and share it and like it, and encourage your British friends and family to subscribe to my channel and to stay tuned for something that they might think is funny when I do my British humor song. But anyway, if you give me a thumbs up, I won't have to give you a finger. that British humor? I don't know. Well, Motor Warriors, thanks for watching, and y'all ride safe. Bye for now.